Hello everyone, friends! Today we continue the New Year's theme and we have a large selection of various snacks for the festive table. Let's start with an original snack with bacon and fried pear. To start, I made the pear fried. I sliced the pear on a frying pan, added the pear, spices, sugar, water, and simmered it on low heat for 5 to 10 minutes, leaving the pear to soak in the syrup. We take a firm pear so that it doesn't fall apart during cooking. On the prosciutto or thin bacon, we put a piece of pear, then brie or goat cheese can be used, by the way, cottage cheese. And we roll the hand into a roll. Friends, let's take a minute for benefits. You know, I really love to bake, especially cakes, and you love them too. I see this from your comments and likes. And that's why today I want to recommend you a free online pastry marathon from top pastry chef Polina Filimonova. Polina is a popular pastry chef and the founder of the largest online pastry school in Europe. She has taught more than 100,000 students around the world. She explains the information very accessibly, even for those who have never approached the oven. Just look at the works of her students. They are simply masterpieces. If you want to delight your loved ones with delicious desserts or bake a cake or are considering baking to order, then this marathon is for you. I recommend it because, first of all, in 3 days you will learn to cook such a chic cake, and secondly, Polina will tell you the secrets of preparing desserts. And it's worth a lot from a top pastry chef. I especially like the convenience of the event because you don't need any special inventory or special products to prepare such a chic cake. You already have all of this at home. Marfan has a great format because you can bake a cake at any time convenient for you. Because you will be cooking according to video lessons. With the support of curators, they answer any of your questions. So, sign up sooner? I recommend you to sign up right now to make it to the free confectionery marathon. The link to it will be in the description. Let's make profiteroles with cream cheese and salmon. Combine the butter, water and salt in a saucepan, put it on the heat and wait until the butter melts. Then we remove it from the heat and mix in the flour, return it to the stove and keep it on the heat, constantly stirring until the dough becomes homogeneous and does not stick to the sides of the pan. Remove it from the stove. Add the eggs one at a time to the dough, stirring thoroughly. After each egg, you need to mix quickly so that they do not turn into scrambled eggs. Be sure to check the consistency of the dough. It should not be too liquid. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees. Now we put the baking sheet in. Most crucially, keep the door shut for the initial 15 minutes. I've baked a total of 20. Such profiteroles can be filled with any sweet or savory filling. I have cottage cheese. You can also add herbs or buy cottage cheese with herbs right away. The next snack is cheese waffles with filling. For the waffles, mix cream cheese and cheese, add an egg, flour and mix well. You can add spices if you wish. Spread the dough in the waffle iron. You can bake it on the stove until golden brown. Then, to give the form to the still hot, we transfer the waffle to the rack, and as soon as the waffle has cooled, which happens quite quickly, the base is ready. For the filling, I use a leaf of salad, cottage cheese and fish. You can make any filling. Next snack with beetroot. Mix cottage cheese and feta. You can add spices, add Greek nuts, salt, mix well. Boil the beetroot and cut it thinly, put a spoonful of filling inside and you get such a tasty snack. Next, mini pies with puff pastry. Take an onion and chop it finely. Mushrooms are also cut into small pieces. Add the stuffing, salt, pepper, dried garlic. You can use fresh, fry until ready. I have pork stuffing. You can take any. And in general, with the filling you can, of course, experiment. Let the filling cool down. Next, we roll out the dough thinly, about 2 to 3 millimeters. Cut it into squares. Put the stuffing in the center, then pinch the cheese, forming a ball. We lay out the pie's seam down, smear with egg. You can sprinkle with cumin and send to the oven, preheated to 180 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. The dough should become crumbly, decorated with a thin sprig of rosemary and green onion canapé from puff pastry. We roll out the dough thinly, cut out circles, and bake at 180 degrees for about 10 minutes. Now I skewer half a cherry tomato, cheese, and the second half of the cherry tomato onto a skewer. We place basil between the skewer and the dough. And we drizzle it with balsamic sauce on top. Mini pancakes with salmon and spicy sour cream. For the pancakes, mix flour, salt, baking powder, add milk, egg, cottage cheese, greens, and vegetable oil. Mix well, spoon half a tablespoon onto a heated skillet and cook on both sides until done. While the pancakes are cooling, we make a spicy cream. Mix sour cream with horseradish, add salt to taste. Spoon 1 dollop of cream onto the pancakes, top with fish and garnish with herbs. Herring roll on Borodinsky bread. Lay out the herring fillet on a food film. Cover it with a film on top and send it to the oven. Beat it gently or the herring will break apart. Next, I spread room temperature cottage cheese over the herring as it's easier to distribute evenly. Then, from the edge, we lay out the onion and pickled cucumber. With the help of a baking sheet, we roll up the roll, tightly wrapping several layers and send it to the freezer for about 2 to 3 hours. We cut out a circle from Borodinsky bread for herring rolls. I do this with the help of a mold. You can also cut it out with a glass or a small glass. We take the roll out of the freezer, free it from the film and cut it into 5 to 1 centimeter thick pieces. We put a herring roll on each slice of bread. I made 6 sandwiches, put the leftovers back in the freezer, that's where I'll store them. Another very interesting snack with herring. I boiled the eggs and beetroot in advance. We cut the eggs in half. We separate the yolk and the white. We'll set the white aside for now and mash the yolk. We grate the beetroot on a grater, add it to the yolks. There we also mash the garlic, salt it and add mayonnaise. Mix well. We cut the herring into portions. Now we fill the halves of the whites with beetroot salad. We put the herring on top and secure it with a skewer. Here's another interesting variant with puff pastry. We roll out the dough. Now I cut out a fir tree shape. We smear the trees with egg and send them to bake for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. We're making pasta. For this, we blend avocado, cottage cheese, lemon juice, salt, and favorite spices in a blender. We grind it in a blender. For convenience, I'll put the pasta in a bag. I lay out the pasta on the prepared dough and decorate it with red caviar. Bags with snacks, we roll out the dough thinly, cut the sheet into 4 squares. I made molds out of foil. If you have a cupcake mold, you can use it. Now I distribute the square over the mold to make a cup out of the dough. Bake in a preheated to 180 degrees oven for 10 to 15 minutes. The key is to avoid burning the tips. Now let's prepare the filling. Cut the onion and bacon, fry them in a pan, slightly cool down. Now add grated cheese, chopped pepper, sour cream, salt, stir, fill the dough with filling and tie with a thread to look like a bag with gifts. Read from smoked mackerel. Mix the fish, cream cheese, lemon juice, dill and salt, stir. Spread the right on the bread and garnish with a slice of lemon. Azure pancakes will look beautiful on your table. Crack the egg into a bowl, add some milk, salt, sugar, beat well, add flour, mix well so that the dough is without lumps, pour in milk and vegetable oil, let the dough stand for a few minutes. Then I pour it into a bottle. I have a plastic one. I make a small hole in the cap and now I pour the dough onto a heated frying pan.
From this amount of dough, I got 20 pancakes.
Now I put salad on the pancake, then mushroom filling. Here I have onions and mushrooms just sauteed in vegetable oil.
And here is such a very tasty snack ready.
Another quick snack. We mash the eggs with a fork, add mayonnaise, garlic, salt, pepper to taste. We lay out the salad on the sausage, wrap it with a can, decorate with a quarter of tomato and cherry, skewer it. Tartlets with liver and walnuts. Mix liver, walnuts, cucumber, eggs, sour cream, salt and stir. I put the filling on the tartlets and decorate with a slice of egg and cherry tomato. And snack pancakes. We melt the liver in a blender, add eggs, salt and spices, pour in milk, stir. Add flour, stir well to avoid lumps, add vegetable oil. The dough turns out to be quite liquid, well pouring from a spoon.
Fry the pancakes on a hot griddle until golden brown on both sides. I grated the carrots and am now frying them until soft.
I mix the curd with sour cream. I blend it so that the mass is homogeneous. Add garlic and salt. You can additionally chop some greens. Now I spread the curd on the pancake, then I put a spoonful of carrots and roll it up. In the second pancake, instead of carrots, I want to put cucumber. I also roll it up, cut it into 3 parts, and that's it. The snack is ready. You can find more New Year's recipes in my playlist. There are snacks, salads, hot dishes, and desserts. The link is in the description. There you will find detailed recipes. Don't forget to save the video and subscribe to the channel. There are still a lot of New Year's recipes ahead. That's all from me today. Vasha Sasha, bye bye.